Most traders believe losing means they're doing something wrong. But what if I were to tell you that losing might actually be the first sign that you're actually starting to figure out how to win? Because you see, every trader has felt that moment where you entered into a trade and it felt perfect and you had confidence about what you were looking at. And then all of a sudden you just start to see the market just going in a different direction. And all of a sudden your heart starts racing. And unfortunately you start second guessing yourself, asking yourself the questions, should I have entered at this moment? And then all of a sudden, those emotions that starts to creep into your head, whether it's fear, frustration, and maybe even a little bit of anger. And you see, after so many times of this happening, this is where most traders quit. But here's something that most people are not telling you, is that every trader that you see making money in the markets, they had to first go through a season where they had to be willing to endure those losses so that it can transform their mindset, their discipline, and most importantly, their faith. So today in this video, I'm actually going to show you how losing builds rich traders. And once you learn this, you'll be able to see that losses is not actually blocking your success, but it's actually preparing you for your success. And you know, it's interesting because I can remember the first times when I was getting introduced into trading. And I felt like what success meant was that I was never supposed to lose a trade. As silly as that sounds. And I believed that if I just found the perfect strategy that would allow me to somehow stop my losses so that I can finally start multiplying my money. And all of a sudden, here comes reality with hitting me with another loss. And I started to take it very personal because you see, I started to think that, am I doing something wrong? Or that maybe trading is just not for me. And so at the time, because I believed that somehow losing means failure, then I started allowing my emotions to tell me when to get into a trade and when to get out of a trade. But then I started to find myself getting into every opportunity that I seen without even knowing why, not even having a plan, because all I was thinking about was how can I make my money back that I just lost. And honestly, that started to affect more of my trading because see, now I was operating off of loss itself, of not wanting to lose anything at all. And so I found myself actually losing more. And it wasn't until I started to realize that it was my habits and my way of thinking that was creating these results. I started to realize that trading is not just about trying to find winning trades, but it's actually you becoming the person that is willing to look yourself in the mirror and see all of the things that you haven't personally addressed within yourself, of whether you're a person that cannot accept being wrong or feeling like you're the person that everything has to go your way exactly. And it's not until you're willing to actually see yourself for what it is currently right now, you're always going to continue to keep making emotional decisions in the market. Because see, the truth is when most people are starting to learn how to trade, they never actually discover that trading is more about a probability game, which just simply means that there's no strategy out there that is going to constantly just continue to keep winning and you're never going to experience a loss. And so even some of the best traders in the world are still experiencing losses on a regular. But now after you hearing that, you might have a huge question mark in your head of, well, if they're losing on a regular, why would they continue just to keep trading? And it's because losses don't always mean that you're doing something wrong. And we just have to understand that losses is actually a part of moving closer towards success. For example, I want you to think about planting seeds in a garden, and that when that farmer is planting seeds, they do not expect every single seed to grow because they understand that some seeds will not sprout and some will. But the farmer doesn't stop planting seeds just because he already knows that some of them are going to fail. But you see, the farmer stays consistent through the process because they understand that the harvest is going to come to those that continue to keep planting multiple seeds over time. And you see, trading works the same way. Because you don't know when you enter into that trade, there's going to be a winner or is it not. But through you staying consistent to the process, starting to understand what it is that you specifically need to do is to start increasing your odds of being able to generate that harvest that you're wanting. Because you see, then when we start thinking like a profitable trader, which is just simply saying that for us, we're looking at continue to stick with the process, which is us following out our plan enough for us to see if there's something that we may need to adjust so that we can start to experience even more of that abundance of a harvest. So you have to remember that it's actually your ability to stay in discipline over a collection of trades is what actually starts to determine your success. And what's fascinating about this is there's actually a book that's called Think and Grow Rich. And in this book, it was particularly going over a story about a man named Darby and his uncle became extremely excited about the opportunity to strike gold. And because they actually believed that they found this gold mine, they started investing their money to actually get equipment so they can actually start drilling. And after their hard work paying off early, they discovered a small amount of gold within that land. And so then they started to get even more encouraged because they started to believe that there was a bigger gold land just waiting to be discovered. But you see, something started to change in their character. Because you see, after days from them not seeing any sign or results of what they believed to be true, that there was a gold mine under this land, they then started to get a different belief. And that maybe that it just ran dry. And because of that belief, they decided to just quit. And all the equipment that they bought for this particular project, they actually sold it off for just hundreds of dollars to a junk man. And then they just decided to go home after thinking that their dream had somehow failed. But you see, the junk man had a different perspective from where he was looking. And instead of him believing what they were saying about that mine no longer being there, he even takes it a step further by actually hiring an engineer to evaluate the land. And after the engineer actually studying the area and calculating all of the fault lines, he then actually told the junk man that the gold vein did not disappear and that the original owners literally just stopped too soon before being able to experience it. And so he told the junk man that they were literally just 3 feet from gold right before they decided to give it all up. And so without hesitation, the junk man eventually proceeded into using the equipment that Darwin and his uncle supplied him with. And then with him following that instructions, he then actually went and hit the gold mine. And come to find out, it was one of the richest gold veins in the area. And so while the junk man actually wound up getting wealthy off of having a different approach on how he was going to attack that situation, he decided not to lean on his own understanding, but decided to bring in an expert, somebody that actually knew what it is that they were looking at. And so my question that I have for you is, how many of you guys currently right now in that moment that y'all would have just stopped just because y'all weren't seeing any progress as fast as what you initially did in the beginning? Because you see, it's easy in the moment to give up when you do not see the things that you're working on is working. But this is why it's important for you to determine what your why is before going into any goal that you have. Because you see, there will always be these turn back moments where, I don't necessarily have to do this. Or why am I continuing to do this and it's not working out for me? And so now, after Darby being able to hear this and actually starting to get a reflection on specifically realizing that he was 3 feet from gold, he could have just as easily started to beat himself up and saying, man, what in the world? Like, I could have just had that. If I would have just went a little bit harder, then I could have had everything that I could have possibly wanted. But he didn't continue to keep beating himself about it in terms of what happened and what he chose to do in that moment. He owned his story. So much so that instead of him looking at his story as being a victim in this circumstance, he decided to actually use it into everything else that he does now of never giving up, regardless if he's not seeing any immediate results coming into him. So then when he started to pursue in his life insurance career, and when people were telling him no, or I'm not interested, he then constantly kept having that perspective that I'm 3 feet from gold to become a source of energy that he was able to use and harness that says, no, I'm not going to give up that easy, regardless if they're telling me no, or they're saying currently right now they don't want this. And it was because of that mentality. Had he not went through that, now he's made millions of dollars in that industry. But simply because of that experience, he didn't allow it to define him of thinking that, oh, somehow I'm just a screw up or I can't seem to do anything right. But he allowed that to be a lesson for him moving forward in his life. And what seemed like a traumatic situation in that moment in terms of what he may have been feeling, he's now able to look back years and say, had it not been for that moment, I wouldn't be here now. I wouldn't be the person that I am now that can handle losses, that can handle giving up opportunities when I have them. Now he's taken everything with the grace and the gratitude and seeing it as the blessing that it was. So this story is painting a picture with persistence and the right guidance can even turn disappointments into opportunities. And that too many people stop when success for them is right around the corner. And it's not because the opportunity disappeared, but it's because they allowed themselves to lose the belief that they once had of it working out in their favor to now start to focus on an outcome that they didn't desire before reaching their destination. And so now with that being said, I'm going to give you a practical framework that you can use so that you can reframe how you see losses themselves so that you can actually start using it to be like that Darwin, that even though the situation itself was not something they intentionally wanted to experience, but yet it actually wound up becoming the actual blessing itself that is now being able to pay him ends after ends after ends because he developed a skill set around how to deal with loss. And you see, the issue is most people don't understand that a loss is an acronym. And so what the L actually represents is learn from the data. Because even though that you see currently right now that you lost that trade, it still is bringing you back valuable data that if you were to dissect it, you would actually start to experience over time why that data was actually so beneficial for you, because now it's showing you what you need to start to adjust in order for you to continue to start making a little bit more of your win rate starting to increase. And then you got the O that actually represents observe your emotions. And what this looks like is during the trade and after the trade, you're asking yourself, how did you feel when you entered into the market and you experienced that loss? And how did you feel after it completed? Were you fearful, angry, or doubting yourself all the way throughout the process? Because you see, once you start to understand what you was actually feeling in that moment, you then can start asking yourself the deeper questions in terms of what specifically was I mad about? And what you'll find is after asking a series of questions, you'll start to find, well, the reason as to why I was mad was because I didn't stick to my original plan. I was so focused on me losing those trades, and so I just hopped into another trade without even knowing what that strategy provides. And so that information, just from you dissecting how you actually felt in that moment of why it made you angry, is now the valuable data that you need, because now you know that that's something that you can actually control. And so then that leads into the S, which stands for stick to the plan. And so now the questions that you need to be asking in this moment is, did I follow all of my trading rules before actually entering into this trade? And so the way that I frame a loss is that if I did stick to my strategy, then that's technically still a win trade for me, because now I'm collecting the proper data that I need so that I can start to make adjustments over 20 trades or 30 trades. I can look back at all of that data and see what is the common mistake or slight adjustment that I need to make, whether it's in my stop loss or my take profit. And then most importantly, you got the last S, which represents strengthening your identity. And by far, let me tell you, this is one of the most strongest ones that most people try to avoid, because somehow they believe that regardless of how they feel about themselves, that that's not going to wind up showing up in their trading results. And here's the thing I got to tell you, that even in the Bible itself, it tells us, so as a man think of in his heart, so is he. So what that's telling us is, whatever you think about yourself, regardless if it's true or it's not true, but because you believe it, you've now made it so true and evident in your mind that you're going to operate off of it as if it's true. And so now if you're telling yourself while you're entering into a trade that, man, I knew I shouldn't have gotten into this trade, or, every single time that I'm getting into a trade, right, it always goes against me. You're using words that is literally sabotaging your results because you are using your words to destroy yourself. And so the biggest thing that you got to remember is that if you're not using the words that God said about you, then you're going to allow yourself to be bound by the strongholds because you're actually believing them. And so then you got to deal with the consequences of what those strongholds actually produces in your life. And so I assure you, if you start actually being able to use this framework to dissect everything that you're doing in trading, and this can even apply to outside of trading as well. But hopefully I'm painting a picture for you to understand that you might be actually just 3 feet away from gold like Darby. And so hopefully you're starting to get a wake-up call that there's a lot of things that you can actually work and improve on. But I'm here to tell you, if you're not willing to do the work to mainly get your identity from the ultimate creator of what he says about you, then you can actually stop allowing the enemy to actually steal, kill, and destroy and cause all of this havoc in your life. But then you can actually start to receive the overflow. Because what did Jesus say? I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. So here's what that means. When you start to operate in the truth and you start seeking out for the truth, and then most importantly, operating in those truths, then over time, you will start to see that harvest starting to grow into your life of that abundance that he was asking us to have or wanting us to have. So here's what I want to make sure that you understand. Losses doesn't necessarily mean that you're failing in trading. But if you allow the losses to teach you, then it actually can reveal to you who you need to become in this arena to actually be a successful trader. Because just winning a trade, yes, it can grow your account. But losing a trade and doing it the correct way actually starts to grow that trader. And so just make sure that you're not trying to rush the process of thinking that you may have to be further ahead than where you are currently right now. Just continue to keep digging. And you constantly have to remind yourself why you decided to get into trading in the first place. Because I assure you, if that is not defined at this point, then there's always going to be those moments in your head where you're going to get a question that says, why am I even doing this in the first place? Because I clearly don't see the results coming in. And make sure that you have that why. Because that is going to be how you're actually going to fight through those tough times when they come. And so if this video has blessed you in any kind of way, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Because at the end of the day, your success is my success. And we're all here just wanting to provide more for our families and creating that overflow and that abundance. So with that being said, continue to keep growing because this is how losses can make traders rich.